I tried the first time the four-wheel drive, I was really impressed, because usually my experience of the four-wheel drive, or what I learned driving the four-wheel drive a few years ago, is that usually the four-wheel drive is understeering when you're pushing, entering into the corner, and for this reason is enjoyable, safe, but not so quick, or actually not so exciting like the rear-wheel drive. But I think that Maserati with the Ghibli, with the four-wheel drive, Maserati did a very good job, because the car is really neutral with this 50% of weight distribution. But the most important thing is that entering into the corner, the car itself is already very precise, and when you are opening the throttle in the mid corner, the traction that is moving to the front is helping the car to get the right drive line and to keep it through the mid part of the corner and the exit as well.
Without any understeering.
Yeah, that's the key point. There is no understeering in the front, and the car is so neutral that you can go even quicker and quicker and quicker through the corner. The rear-wheel drive is the, let's say, the pure motorsport car, because it's giving to the driver the possibility to play a little bit with the gas throttle, with the rear traction, and to have the opportunity really to be quick through the corner. If you are actually doing a lot of, let's say, laps, if you are in a circuit, and you have and you're loading sometimes only one tire, for example, because there are a lot of corners to the left, then that tire is becoming a little bit tired after a few laps, and then starting to be a little bit understeering, but still with a very good compromise between the weight distribution and the traction that there is. The first impression with the rear-wheel drive is that you have the steering that a little bit more free in comparison to the four-wheel drive. So also physically on the steering you can have this kind of impression, noticing that the car has a complete different layout in terms of differentials and so on. Speaking about the limit of the car, obviously, if we are going to speak about the everyday use, it's a completely different story, because basically the Ghibli, as we are now just cruising, and where there is a good comfort because we don't have any stiff suspension, the engine is in normal mode, the gearbox is automatic, so I'm just cruising, as we say. But immediately, just touching the setup of the shock absorber, you can feel immediately that the car is a little more stiffer, especially in the rebound. So when the car is actually compressing and then coming up at the back, is more stiff. And again, with the engine, just pressing the button again, we have a higher gears in higher rev, in the gear change, and this is already giving to the car a more sporty reaction, and also for the sound at the back. So it's as usual, Maserati is able, like other brands, but probably Maserati is more let's say that is more big attitude of Maserati is to have two cars in one. One side that is a comfort car, and the second one that is a sporty reaction anyway in the car.
But four-wheel drive, it's we're thinking about driving, it's more safety to drive, I think so.
Four-wheel drive I think that four-wheel drive is the best compromise, because it's giving a very good engine, 410 horsepower, traction, the total traction that is giving a very good. Also, why not? Psychologically, is good for the driver to know that you have the possibility to have the four-wheel drive in an emergency situation or when you're approaching a very quick corner. So it's I think that in some situation is more psychologically what is actually is doing this condition. Diesel engine is a big challenge. The first diesel engine ever produced by Maserati in all its history is a big change, obviously, because for the pure Maserati customer to think that there is also a diesel engine, you know, is let's say not so happy, or thinking that Maserati is changing too much. But anyway, Maserati did a very good job in terms of insulation for the engine, for the noise. So from the cockpit it's quite impossible to understand that there is a diesel engine in the car, because this is giving the opportunity for the exhaust system to emphasize the noise that Maserati is creating at the back, copying, let's say, the gasoline engine noise. In terms of reaction and in terms of numbers, I think that the key point is the 600 Newton meters of torque with diesel. With the diesel, very low revs in every gear. You just put down the throttle and the car is just pushing. In terms of let's say dynamic reaction, the fact that the engine at the front is a little bit heavier is pointing the car a little bit more to the front, and is giving this let's say feeling of the car that is a little bit let's say too pointy at the front, but it's just the first impression. Then the car is reacting like the 330 horsepower gasoline engine or the four-wheel drive. So it's a very good compromise between this technique of the diesel engine and the chassis. One thing that is actually common on all three cars, I think, is the comfort. Very good seats that are very good for comfort, and immediately you can find the right position, very good position for the steering wheel, then to control the car with the electric setup and so on. And I think that ergonomically the car inside is very good for all three models, obviously. As you know, I'm a former Formula 1 driver, and I drove all kinds of cars in the circuit. Rear-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, because in my experience I had also a four-wheel drive racing car. That was around the 90s, so when maybe the differential or the technological things were not so tuned like now. But for the, let's say, better compromise, I think that the Ghibli S four-wheel drive is the Q4 is a really fantastic car.